What's up, everyone? Today we're back with another replay review, and this one is our first two-time replay review person with Slavinator69. Before we get started, as always, a quick reminder, make sure to follow the channel and make sure to click that like button beneath if you enjoy the content. Now, Slav today is in a Charles Martel Tier 8 Friendship, and then he's divvied with a Benson and a Lightning, 2 DDs. So this is going to be a very interesting one. Mix of Tier 8 to Tier 6, CV's Tier 6, which is always a good sign for a Tier 8 cruiser, especially because it's a Ryuja, which is going to hit him, but not as bad as if it was a Visa or such. So, any names? Let's see. You recognize the Apes clan, obviously the 5D clan. Let's get into this one and see how it goes. Also, standard battle, which in my opinion is still the worst of the modes. I'd rather have the caps, domination, or epicenter than standard. I just don't like standard. If I'm Slav, I'm probably heading towards the right side because I like the right side with the islands much more, especially with a Massachusetts, a Bismarck, a Scharnhorst to worry about, and then the Normandy isn't too big, but the Mutsu will hurt me. Speed boost early on. Now, I love early speed boosts, engine boosts, to get where you want, especially when you spawn in the middle, because in the middle, as a cruiser, you don't have the tankiness of a battleship to sit there in the middle. You're not going to push up the middle, especially this map with no cover. You're going to get to an edge, so using that early on is a phenomenal idea just to get yourself into protection, especially if you're intending to put yourself on these islands where you can sit in cover for a little bit. As always, the Charles Martel also has the advantage with having the Hydro and the main battery reload booster to sit in islands and play smart and play 4 picks. And it's 3x3 battery, if you don't know the Martel. Okay, so at this point, we already got some very good information. Knows the Massachusetts, the Surrey, and the Scharnhorst are on the far side from him, which is good. Massachusetts is always the one that scares me the most because of the combination of secondaries and still some very good guns. Bismarck will be worrisome if it's a Deadeye Bismarck, but the Scharnhorst being on the far side is just really nice. Mutsu, like I said, you have to be careful of, but I'd rather fight a Bismarck Mutsu than a Massachusetts Scharnhorst any day of the week. Because you can just lay HE in. There's the Xian Yang, and he should immediately open fire. Boom, yep. Get the shots out there. He had AP loaded. Can't fault him for that. I mean, you're going to have AP loaded hoping for a broadside cruiser. Change immediately after, which is exactly what you want. Slamming the brakes. Not going to be able to get another shot, but you have the HE prep for that kid if he comes out. Or the Zara. He's holding to see if something shows up again, which is exactly what you want to do. He's slowed down. He's not in a position where he can be detected. So that's why it's a great slowdown, because if that Xian Yang doesn't slow down and comes out of that smoke and the lightning detects him, he's in a perfect position to blap. Kid's unfortunately just a little far. And now he's waiting for that Zara. Honestly, at this point, I'm probably switching to AP on the bet that if the Zara comes out, the Zara's not going to angle in enough, and I might get a broadside to really chunk. But I can't fault him for the HE either. But yeah, see, there we go. Zara's turning, and Zara's going to execute probably too big a turn and give a nice broadside here if I had to guess. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Nice shot, but you should switch to AP here. Yeah, there's a good chunk in the fire. But if he slows down here, just look at this ship. That ship is coming out so broadside. He could have had a beautiful AP shot. Firing at the Normandy now. Good. Always work those down, especially because nothing can detect you still. Only one pen. Now, to be fair, I will say the Zara did start his smoke, so he may not have gotten the shot off. But I still would have prepped, and even if with the smoke, I would have tried to guess the Zara's position and drop an AP salvo into its broadside, because if you get even one Citadel, it's worth... Oh, it's not going to tell me. It's worth a lot, still. Shots out again. Detected. Now, Speed boost is done here. Fighter plane for detection's not a bad idea. That's why he's using it. He's worried about the planes coming in and it'll deny them, but it's also great to give him warning if a DD like that kid or Xian Yang ends up here, or if he doesn't turn out, ends up there. Okay, Surrey's gone. Good.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Martel's just a bit out of range, but the Martel's going to die pretty soon. Even with the Benson dying, he should die to the Lightning, or the Belfast. There we go. Okay, now you got to fight a Mutsu. Get the early shot and then turn out is what he should do here, because if he gets the early shot and turns out, he won't be able to take shots from the Bismarck or Mutsu that can really hurt him, and he'll be able to chunk this Mutsu pretty well with the HE, especially if he's accurate. And then he puts the main battery reload booster on so he can get off as many shots as possible. The downside, unfortunately, to that timing is it was just really unlucky, is the fact that the Mutsu disappeared temporarily. So he didn't get off necessarily as much as he could out of value, but that's just unlucky that the New Orleans wasn't spotting that Mutsu. That's really unlucky. Kiting away now, continue to burn. As we can see, the burn is just continuing. Now, this is exactly what you want to do. He's constantly turning and angling. Look at this angle he's holding. Very, very hard angle for the Mutsu or the Bismarck to pen him on the side or Citadel just because of the nature of the angle, and he's still able to get the guns. He's continuing to turn now to chase now that they're turning around, because that's once again putting the Mutsu in a rough position to hit him, and he's just going to keep putting out the shots on him. Stop the turn and slowing down and stopping because he's still got the range, and once again, hard angle for him to be hit out. Really nice play here. There we go, more fires. Just keep setting fires and burning that Mutsu out. Speed boost is ready, so at this point he's going to make the turn, or he's going to just straight back up to keep in range the Mutsu, and he's just going to try to keep burning him down at range. Going forward now, the shots have come, and like I said, there we go, Bismarck. Very hard angle for the Bismarck to hit him at all. Misses almost every single one of his shots. Or was that the Normandy? Whichever one it was, still. Very hard angle to hit, misses almost all its shots. Speed it up for a sec. Now, the kite away here is exactly what he should be doing. Yes, you've got a Bayern, a Malgi, and a New Orleans. The New Orleans is in a very awkward position out here and not a great position of strength. You've still got a missing Xian Yang, Farragut. You know the kid's over here now. And I'm going to assume that they're going to be in comms because they're div together, Tiny Pig and Slav, and so he knows the kid's over there. But you've got a missing Xian Yang that could be anywhere here in a position to shoot, aim at, and detect you. And you've got 2 battleships and extra cruiser versus 3 battleships. It's a rough spot to be in. So continuing to kite away right now is the right play. I personally would be angling myself so I could get all 3 of my guns on every shot, then angle out so he can't, and then angle on so I can, and just keep doing that. Plus, you got to turn anyway. Now you're getting forced into a broadside because since you didn't kite away at an angle, you're coming in on the island now, and you have to give the Bismarck a broadside. Fortunately, the Bismarck's not looking at him, and that's always half the luck there. And good use of the main battery reload booster, because he's got a beautiful angle on the Bismarck, and German superstructure is like kindling. It goes up in fire in an instant. So, pending DCPs, I expect at least 1 fire here. He's trying to, and if you notice, you see how he's changing where his shots are? He's trying to set fires across the entire thing. So that's why he's going from back to front. In addition to the Bismarck moving, he's trying to set fires across the entire ship. Since he didn't get them on the first, he's going back towards the center, which is the most likely area for the fire anyway. But yeah, that's an attempt at lacing fires onto the entire ship. There's the fire I expected. Now he's out of range, but reload booster's done anyway, so it was worth it for the number of shots. Nothing else is in range, but good chunking onto that Bismarck. Now he's going to turn and look at the Scharnhorst charging the mid. He's got a beautiful angle here. HE, turn it so that he's facing into the Scharnhorst so the Scharnhorst doesn't have a chance. And try to save his lightning, though his lightning is probably dead. And there's the Xian Yang finally spotted. Lightning's got to hide, though. Lightning is hurting. New Mexico's going to die here between a Scharnhorst and a Xian Yang, though it's how much we can do. There we go. Just launch shells into that Scharnhorst broadside. I would be angling in a little bit here, so I'd be going straight across this line, because this angle is giving that Scharnhorst a very tempting shot if he looks at you. Granted, you'll be able to outmaneuver him to turn it, but still. There we go. There's the fire, like I said. Once again, you're about to be forced by an island, so you got to watch that, or you're going to go behind the island's going to force you to make the turn. There's the turn, and cap on the torpedo tubes with HE. Interesting. Okay, so at this point, his team is in an awkward position. You're down 2 ships to them, and they've got a big advantage. Your Lightning's going to go down pretty soon because he's of that. And, I mean, the Bismarck still hasn't gone down. The Kid is low, but unless the Vastress gets him, and the Vastress should not win a fight against a Kid ever. It's going to be awkward. So he's just got to spam and get damage. Your aiming feels very twitchy still, Slav. Like, I get the adjustments, but your aiming feels very twitchy and unsure with this. Like, you're definitely, I feel like you're aiming too low, because just extrapolating the line here of the ship, I mean, it feels like you're aiming too low. You should be aiming to hit superstructure and get those fires. It feels like you are aiming too low. Oh, good change to the Xian Yang. There's the Massachusetts going down. That's big. But yeah, with the amount of non-pens you got on that, and admittedly, if you hit the Scharnhorst on the deck, you're not going to pen. But with the amount of non-pens, it does feel very awkward. Now, I would be, yeah. I was going to say, the Xian Yang's important, yes, but I would be making sure that Scharnhorst doesn't pull off a ram on our Strasbourg, because hitting a Xian Yang at 15.4 kilometers when you got a 10-second time of flight is nigh on impossible. You might get lucky and hit some if the Xian Yang doesn't pay attention, doesn't dodge like he is right now, of course. Make me eat my words, why don't you? Nope, short. Yeah, your aiming feels very low consistently, and I don't know why. But yeah, there goes the Strasbourg, so now you got to finish the Sharny. There's another fire. And that should be almost dead Sharny. But still, all the non-pens, I would be hitting that superstructure all the time. Is where I'd be aiming for. And it feels like you're... Yeah, there we go. That's what you need to be hitting. And good use of backing up and going forward. I would probably be using an engine boost here to really mess with the timing as I'm fighting, because I got a Bismarck trying to shoot me from the other side as far as we can tell. And the Scharnhorst, there's the fire. That's a dead Scharnhorst, whether from torp or bomb. Yep, or torp or shell. But now, once again, this is an awkward position to be. Do you come back over here for the Bismarck? Do you push towards the Xian and help your teammate? That's why I would have kept pushing towards the cap, got in closer to the Scharnhorst. Mutsu's still there undetected, yes, but you're going to have to go all the way using that engine boost behind the island, which takes you out of the fight for now, or do a hard turn back in on the island, which once again, I'd also be looking towards that Bismarck and waiting for the second I can hit him, because I might as well be shooting that Bismarck and burning him down right now. There's no reason not to be shooting the Bismarck if possible and burning him down. There we go. Yeah, there's the turn. But yeah, no, that's definitely, yeah. Shoot that Bismarck as much as possible. Make sure we don't hit the island. I'd honestly be interested to know what reticle you're using, Slav, because it feels like you're Aiming is just weird right now. Good fire. There we go. 8 fires now. Okay, Vastress dies with the kid like we expected. Lightning probably dies to Xian Yang unless he's in smoke and we can't see that right now. There we go. 9 fires. Yeah, all the fires on the Bismarck. Yeah. And you're not going to hit the Xian Yang at 17-kilometer range. Your only hope for the Lightning is that the smoke lasts and the Ryu finds him. There's the burnout on the Bismarck. Nicely done. Lightning gets him. Yeah. But it's a trade. And that puts it in a rough position. It's 4 on 6. Definitely still winnable because if you look at the difference, you guys still have an Amagi alive, which is big. Their kid's going to be low. Their Farragut's going to be lower than what's showing right now. Matsu and Normandy. Normandy's out on the edge of the map. There's the Matsu. Yep, turn and fire on the Matsu. Turn and burn that Matsu to the ground. Because until that Zara shows up, that's your best target. And you know that the Farragut and Kid aren't near you yet because of how recently they were spotted. Oh, there goes the Bayern. That's a problem. This is going to be really hard to come back from. Oh, why? Okay. Matsu does not have his guns angled towards him. I would not be turning out here. I would be turning in because the Matsu's guns are not angled towards you. Turn into the torps and then out, because even so, like I said, right here, even with that turn, while you're going to get a good dodge because of the reuse poor drop, you have locked yourself into a line where you have to stay that until the torps get past you, which is just driving you. And, oh, thought you were going to be able to dodge that. But still, if you turn in, it's a lot less likely you take that one. And considering health is at a premium right now with the fact that you guys are dealing with what you are, turning in would have been better. Matsu wasn't aiming at you, would have had a prime ability to keep burning him down. I would be using, yep, I was about to say, I would be using a main battery reload booster here, help get that Matsu off the field as quick as possible. There we go, one more torp. Yeah, that's an almost dead Matsu. If you get a fire on him, he's dead. Even without a fire, you should kill him with his next salvo. And that's the, I don't even know what's going on over there with just the spam. But that should be a dead Matsu off that one. Yep, there we go. Good kills. Okay, so there's the Zara, and there's the kid right next to the Zara, not spotted yet. This is where having those Hydras comes in big, because the fact that you've still got 100-second Hydro. It's an early Hydro, to be honest. I probably would have held it. Even with it being 10.7 kilometers, I would have held it a little bit longer. Because now you're going to be Zara'd for as long as possible. Angle, yeah, that's your only choice right now. You need that Ryu to spot for you. Yep, there we go. But yeah, ooh, yeah, you're getting chunked now. But anyway, I wouldn't have used that because we look, okay, the Zara was at 10.7 kilometers. Kid has 9.2, Farragut has 6.4 according to my mod. So if that is accurate, and even if it's not, and it's 11 and or whatever, 10.5 and 8 or whatever, still unlikely that they are gonna get you with the torps. And so I would have saved that. I would have saved that because the 2-minute reload time for later. Especially because the Zara is going to smoke up if he has one when you see him at that range and that angle. Good turn, good turn. You gotta wait. There's the Farragut. Oh, that's a big find. And you should absolutely decimate that Farragut. Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh. Your torps almost hit that Farragut, which is hilarious. Good chunking, good chunking. Farragut's torping your Amagi. Hopefully your Amagi doesn't die. Okay, Amagi got him. Now you gotta watch out for the Zara. I would use my speed boost here because the goal right now really has to be to just do a straight turn in and work on that. Oh, reload boost to the kid. Reload boost to the kid. Reload boost to the kid. Yes, there we go. That's exactly what you need to do. And he's slowing down, so adjust. Smoking up, but yeah, and this is where, like I said, as you push in, having the ability to use your Hydra when you get there would be clutch. There's the kid, 3,000. Amagi's burning down.
Concentrate fire on the target.
Being said, that kid is almost low, and you should be able to... This is actually very winnable. If your Amagi doesn't burn out here, you can definitely win the fight on the Normandy, and that kid's almost dead, and then the Zara is going to die pretty soon after the kid because of their health. Speed boost to get into range is exactly what you need. Big thing is just your Amagi can't die right now. If your Amagi dies, that's game. And your Amagi's gonna die. Good. Dead Amagi. Switching to AP for the broadside. Good choice, good choice. Unfortunately, he's turning in. It's a good setup in case he decides to come back to you, and switch back to the HE for the inevitable sighting of the kid. Ooh, nice kill, and the confed. And that's why you take the shots in smoke, because a lot of DDs don't remember in smoke to dodge. A lot of DDs don't remember just to go back and forth, and smoke kills. Remember, smoking kills people. Use smoke to get away, and you can sit in at range, but at that close, all the Martel has to do is get lucky and you're dead. Good turn this way to deny the Zara the angle. Hopefully the Ryu kills the Zara. I would have fired there on the Normandy. I don't know why the not fire on the Normandy, but I would have fired on the Normandy, to be honest, before I made the turn. Send the Torps, yeah. I would have fired on the Normandy. No, why switch to AP there? I have to actually question the switch to AP, because the Zara's at a good angle to dodge the Ryu, and he's already facing away from you. HE is going to have more likelihood to hit and do 2,000 damage than AP turning, I would argue. And yeah, you switch back to HE, so time that's not usable. Oh, Ryu gets him anyway. Get your guns turned on the Normandy, get your guns turned on the Normandy, get your guns turned on the Normandy. You guys can kill that Normandy. There is enough time with 2 minutes to kill that Normandy. If you don't die, there is enough time to 2 minutes to kill that Normandy. Especially if your Torps hit. Are your Torps about to hit? Oh my, yeah, that's massive. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you launch the Torps. Is because, and you use the gray line. You never know when you're going to get a lucky run like that. Fighter, yep, there we go, fighter, boom. You're going to be clean on the dodge there. Slam the brakes here. Yep. Dead. Oh. Very lucky not to be dead yet. Oh. Very lucky there not to be dead. Dead Normandy here. Oh my gosh. Are you guys going to pull this out because of that? Wow. It's impressive. Now you just have to not die. So this is when you get as close to your Ryu and scream, I need fighter support. This is when your Ryu should be, and this, as a CV main, is where if I'm the Ryu, I know that we have the lead. There's a minute left. We lose if the Martel dies. I am flying straight to my Martel all the time and giving him fighter support. This is useless from the Ryu. Yeah, this is useless from the Ryu. Ryu's doing no good here by running away, trying to find the enemy. All your goal is, if you have fighters left, take the fighters, put the fighters on the Martel, so the Ryu doesn't have a chance to kill him. And I can't fault Slav for any of that, because that is really just the truth of the matter. Okay, there was the fire, or no, that was just a torpedo in cap. I don't know if that was a fire or a torpedo in cap. I mean, he's right to hammer the R. But yeah, why is the okay? This is a waste. Okay, Ryu here. I know we're not reviewing the Ryu, we're reviewing the Martel, but this is a waste by the Ryu. There's no reason to put a fighter over himself. He's not going to die at 19,000 health. The Martel at 3,000 health might very well have died if he wasn't hit. Now, game's over. Basically, we'll watch it out here to the end in a second, but the game's over, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, and very good win. Once again, I mean, I think this shows you guys exactly why I always harp on, dropping those torpedoes on the predicted line, because if they don't move, they take damage like that, firing into smoke because it's worthwhile. I will say, Slav, I don't know if it's the new mouse you got, because I know you did get a new mouse recently or what, but your aiming at range feels very twitchy and very off. It feels very twitchy and it feels very off, based compared to your close range aiming. And don't know if that's just it was one of those games you have or what, but that's something I would be careful on. But good win. A couple things, like I said, just sometimes your HE to AP switches were questionable just based on ship positioning, but win's a win. And I mean, 141,000 in a tier 8 with the Confederate and the 4 ships. Great job. Great job. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the replay review. If you did, like I said at the beginning of the video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and like the video. We'll be back with more replay reviews, and make sure to check out our other content. This is Minnie, signing off.